This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Okay. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. For content warnings, please visit DDLC. Okay. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you are at least 13 years of age and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. Okay. This game is not suitable for children or those easily disturbed. Wow, it said that like 4 fucking times. Jesus. Hello everybody, welcome to PH Balance. My name is Steven with a PH. And welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club, which I thought was going to be just a weird little romp. Like, what's it called? What are these? What's this type of game called? A dating sim? Yeah, I thought it was just gonna be some weird, like, quirky little anime-esque whatever, but I just got trigger warning after trigger warning with this game here, so maybe there's more than meets the eye. But thank you all for joining me here today. My name is Steven with the PH, like I said before. We're about to dive into this game. Not really sure what awaits me, but we'll find out. And now, I've never been much of a literacy person with my undiagnosed visual processing disorder. I've never been very good at reading or picking up visual cues when it comes to literature and stuff like that. In my adult life, I've gotten better at it and more into reading, but this is gonna be a completely new experience to me because I've never, ever been in a book or literature club or anything like that. But yeah, we're gonna hike up our big boy pants here today and we're gonna see what this is all about. But before I can do that, I gotta put on my smart boy glasses. Yeah, it's because it makes me big brain. All right, so we're gonna go to new game here. Please enter your name. What do I want to be? Steve? Steve with a PH? It's pronounced Steve, not Steph. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today. The friend you'd never see yourself making today. But it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. I don't even know if that was English. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ha! Ha! I overslept again! But I caught you this time. It's fucking flowy. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Steve. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Don't I know it? Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Steph. I just fucking did it to myself, damn it. Society's fucked me.
By the way, Steve, have you decided on a club to join yet?
A club? I told you already I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. Truth. I haven't been looking either.
That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year.
Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Kind of a dick. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Take the anime out and yes.
I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world.
Steven, throw up a definition of NEET here, because I have no idea what that means.
You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you.
Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though.
Will you at least promise me you'll try a little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? Why? Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. You like her. You like her, Steve, don't ya? The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Hello?
Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of class, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought I might need some encouragement, so I thought you might need some encouragement, so you know.
Know what?
Well, that you could come to my club.
Sayori.
Yeah?
There's no way I'm going to your club.
You meanie.
Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. I haven't even looked up. I'm just like focusing so hard on reading the text because I know I'm gonna mess it up. I haven't even looked at the beautiful graphics of this world. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Come on, please.
Why do you care so much anyways?
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes! Let's go!
And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. What grade are we if we're not third year? First? Second? Fourth? I don't know how the school system works there.
Everyone, the new member is here!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm an ass, Sayori. I was gonna mimic you and... Ugh. Anyways, I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you.
Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere.
Ah, Steve, a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry, Natsuki. She's the one who made the cupcakes. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. So I'm not a first year. She was also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori.
You just can't ignore her.
Wait.
You can just ignore her when she gets moody.
Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls.
Anyways, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club.
Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with the other people, like Sayori and Natsuki. God, I'm just reading these girls like a book. It is the Literature Club after all, am I right? Well, it's nice to meet both of you.
And it sounds like you already met Monica. Is that right?
That's right. It's great to see you again, Steve. Monica smiles sweetly. Aw. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same classes last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, beautiful. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Yeah, I mean, fuck it, right?
Come, sit down, Steve. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited.
Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. We're not going to animate it or anything, just fucking use your imagination. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Safe choice. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. I thought I was going to let me choose who I wanted to sit by.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da!
Whoa! 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 Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Aw, how sweet. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears.
So cute.
I had no idea you were this good at baking, Natsuki.
Well, you know. Just hurry and take one.
Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow.
It's delicious.
Sayori talks with her mouth full. I fucking knew it. I knew it. She's a disgusting slob. And has already managed to get icing all over her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. How's it going? Is she waiting for me to take a bite? Oh, that makes more sense. I finally bite down. The icing is so sweet and full of flavor, I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thanks, Natsuki.
Why are you thanking me? It's not like I...
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
Made them for you or anything.
Haven't I heard this somewhere or what? Did someone else say something like that? I thought you technically did. Sayori said,
well, maybe, but not for you. You know, you dummy.
all right, jeez. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. That was a lot of words, and I don't think I processed what the hell I actually just said. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Duh, that's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy some tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles at herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? Sayori kind of forced me into it. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Just tell her the truth, who cares? Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet. Sayori seemed to really like it here and be happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, kind of surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any club you want. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? I like to put in my own words, you know, makes it feel more real, like I'm actually there at the literature club. Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget, publicity, and how to prepare for events. Much rather do something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream.
Monica really is a great leader.
Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in this club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festivals that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone?
Yeah!
We'll do our best.
You know it!
Fuck me, man. Sayori and Natsuki's voices are like practically the same, so I'm trying to make Natsuki's higher because she's younger and Sayori's more all throaty. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to just find these three. Maybe that's why they're... I feel like I need to read it like a annoying ass male anime main character. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Steve, what kind of things do you like to read? Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that question. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Manga's like Japanese comic books, right? I think. I don't know. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Natsuki, do you like manga? Are we gonna be manga buddies? Drink some mango juice, eat some mangoes, read some manga together? Other mang words? Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. I'll read the normal stuff in my voice, and then in my mind, I'm gonna be like, whoa! Bunch of incredibly cute girls! Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Game of Thrones. I gotcha, girl. Red Wedding? The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about... That's not right. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since that moment I walked in, but it's obvious that the way her eyes light up and that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. You're into immersion. I get it. That's cool. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you through a loop? Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Is this a horror game? I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp at something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. With the Rock. Cause me and Dwayne, we're basically the same person. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For some reason, for someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
Ugh, I hate horror.
You and me both, Natsuki. You and me both, girl. Why is that?
Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over at me for a split second.
Never mind.
Natsuki, you don't have to impress me. We're good. I hate horror too. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud! And give it back!
Fine, fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems...
She's still eating.
Everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sayori saddles up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders.
I'm not cute!
Classic stereotypical young person wanting to be mature and above everything to impress all the older crowds. Natsuki, you're cool just the way you are. Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think it's impressive. It's cool. I've tried it. I'm not good at it. Why don't you share them sometime?
No!
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet, are you? Damn, man. Steve, pull back, man. Jeez, you just met these people. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to be open to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Ugh. I guess it's the same for you then, Yuri.
I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea for everyone. Huh? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share our ideas with each other. That way, everyone is even.
Let's do it!
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it would help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Steve? Yeah. Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still a problem. What is it? Now that we're back at the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. Look, I never said I was going to join the club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with their dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought, Steve. That was not her voice at all. She got serious. You all...
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls.
Right. You know what? I have decided. I will join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up and they rise from the ground.
Yes, I'm so happy!
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. What a good friend. I like Sayori. Hey. You really did scare me for a moment.
If you really came here for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed.
And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem and bring it to the next meeting so we can all share them. Monica looks over at me once more. Steve, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to expressing myself for you. I mean, I'm looking forward to it, Monica.
Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey, Steve! Since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right, Sayori and I never...
That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always staying after school for clubs.
Sure, might as well.
Yay!
I'm gonna make her so freaking obnoxious. I'm so mean to Sayori. She's a good lad. Nice friend. Very swell.
With that, the two of us depart to the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri,
and of course, Monica. It seems like I'm like... It seems from a standpoint of story, I clearly have a bias towards Monica.
Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have to change. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Because that's what it's all about. Who gives a fuck about literature? We're here to date. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight.
Me and Sayori just aren't going to have a conversation on the walk home? That's fine. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. I got you. Alright, okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, guys. Unfortunately, I do have to end this episode here. I know it was kind of a short one. We met all the characters, or at least who I would expect the main characters are of this game and this story. Yeah, I feel like this could be fun. I'm not really into this style of game that much. I don't really like dating sims or graphic novels or anything where it's just like a story that you read. I mean, I know it's the literature club, so it makes sense, but I usually like a little more choose your own adventure. There's not a whole lot of choice that goes on to these games, I feel like, normally, but I think it could be good. If y'all want me to keep playing, I mean, I'm probably gonna keep playing, to be honest with you. This video might not be released for a while, so I may finish the entire series before this goes up if I don't have other stuff I start playing. But yeah, this game has been played by like a bunch of people and has overwhelming reviews, and because of the little warning and trigger messages we got at the beginning of the game, I feel like there's a lot more to this game than meets the eye. So, I mean, hey, might as well explore it, see what's here. So, thank you all so much for joining me today. If you like the videos, if you want to help me out, go ahead, like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, thank you for coming on the journey with me, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye!